Hello, everyone. I'm back. I'm back. I'm gonna destroy Vector. That is his fate. His fate is to be destroyed. He should have known this would happen. A lot of people have messed with me, Vector. A lot of them. And a good portion of them have died for doing it. I mean, what? You know, I've written a lot of things, Vector. I've written all kinds of things. I'm a bit behind right now, Vector, because I'm dueling you instead of catching up. But you know what? I don't need to worry because I will catch up. I will catch up. Because I always do. I always win. And when I don't, then that's messed up. Why didn't I win? Why did I not win? So, how is hell, Vector? Oh, have you not been there recently? I did send you there, but I brought you back because I have to destroy you again. Yeah, you see, destroying you once, not good enough. Twice, not good enough. Really, I would say that I don't think there is a good amount of times to destroy you. You always deserve to be destroyed whenever I see you. That's what happens when you go to hell, you know. I just make you suffer. A lot. I mean, that's part of what it means to be in my hell. I can do whatever I want with you. I can make you suffer as much as I want. Okay, I decrease this. Yeah. You did not want to do this, Vector. Because I know how to hold a grudge. Are we talking about in character or out of character? Both. Anyway, we will continue now. I've got a plot. It involves you dead. It involves you being sent to the graveyard. You might be brought back if some people care about you, but I, quite frankly, do not. Especially for the duration of your event. You're never going to be redeemed, Vector. You've done too much shit. Technically, he was redeemed, but I don't know how. And also, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You think I'm afraid of your field spell? You think I'm afraid of taking burn damage? I am not afraid of your shit, Vector. I've seen you do some shit. And you know what? Wait a minute, wait a minute. I messed up. Okay, great. I didn't mean to do that. That was a disturbing display of idiocy. I meant to do something else. I meant to exceed someone again. Dear God. I wanted as... Yeah, you know what? I'm petty enough for this. I'm always petty. Haven't you learned that, Vector? I've been petty for a good portion of my life, to be honest. Whenever I was old enough to be petty, that's basically as soon as it started. Just me being petty as often as I wanted. Yeah, so that's something to brag about. It's not. It's really not. This is not one of my better duels. I'm actually kind of disgusted. This should be... Why are you not taking more damage? Because I messed up, that's right. Shit. Alright. Alright, okay, hold on. I am mad. But mad. But I cannot believe you just made me mad when you really shouldn't make me mad right now. Just standing there, alive. How dare you? How dare you just live? I cannot let you live, Vector. I cannot let you live for what you've done. You know, actually, I do want to torture you. Hold on. You're going to survive this, aren't you? And then I'm going to be so mad at you. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe you survived. That's illegal, that's illegal. You are illegal, Vector. Your entire life is a lie. Everything you've ever thought was true is not true. You are a disaster and you should just... You know, I've heard some rumors about you, Vector. Yeah, I know, right? Rumors? I heard that you're the imposter in Among Us right now. Is that true? You have declined to comment. Okay, I see. Well, I believe you are the imposter because you always are. And you've played the role pretty well recently, so... I don't see any reason to say that you're innocent. Because you aren't. You never were. And you never will be. You're fated for death. I will make sure you die over and over. You know, is this really entertainment? Is this really how this is going to go? I thought I could do better. Are you destroying my brain, Vector? Are you preventing me from coming up with good ideas? Is this your fault? Are you causing my writer's block, Vector? Are you causing me to be behind, Vector? I think you are doing something to me, Vector. I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know what you think you get out of it. But you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. Ah, yes. You thought you could just target the other Barians and everything would be good, right? You thought it would never backfire on you. Rumor has it did. Rumor has it you did some shit and you got exactly what you deserved. Although, in my opinion, you probably deserved a lot worse. Probably deserves torture. A lot of torture. I want to hear you scream. I want to hear you scream louder, Vector. I want to hear your screams. I want to know you're suffering. I want to know you're suffering. I want to make sure you're suffering. I want to be the cause. I want to be the cause of your pain. Because of everything you've done. You deserve to suffer. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but you've done so much worse, Vector. You've done so much worse, and I don't think I can possibly out-villain you. Because I'm not as bad as you. I mean, I know I'm threatening to torture him and all kinds of shit, but... I mean, he's not exactly... He's just as bad, if not much worse. And I am thinking he's much, much worse. He's worse than Yuri, to be honest. I believe on the scale of villains, Vector is worse than Yuri. I just don't think there's a contest there. At all. Now we can debate if Yummy Merrick and Vector, which one of those is worse. I don't know, but Yummy Merrick never got redeemed, so I'm going to say Yummy Merrick is worse. There's no actual reason to say that besides the fact that Yummy Merrick never got redeemed. And Vector did, so, just saying. But probably some weird logic. Although Yummy Merrick did some terrible shit in the manga that even got censored in the anime. The original anime. I believe that scene that happened with Mai was censored. Not just in the dub, but in the original. Because in the manga, it was brutal. I think she was eaten alive by insects or something, but I can't remember. I can't remember for sure. But my brain is nightmare fuel. It has come up with all kinds of nightmare fuels. I mean, I'm not sure how many of my nightmares would count as nightmares to some of you, but my brain is fucked up. I mean, honestly, it would kind of have to be for me to be obsessed with someone like Yummy Merrick, but whatever. I mean, after what I've been through, of course I didn't come out of all of that unscathed. Of course I didn't. I'm kind of damaged. I'm a bit traumatized. You know, I still remember being in the therapy room, and we were talking about things that were basically a result of capitalism. And in the therapy room, I just got very, very upset in there over capitalism. Like, it traumatized me. Yeah, it was just like, capitalism traumatized me. Capitalism did what? And now I'm sure some of you might question, how can capitalism traumatize people? My question is, why are more people not traumatized by capitalism? It dehumanizes all of us. That's why late-stage capitalism is a bitch. Welcome to late-stage capitalism, humanity. Yes, all of us will suffer the effects of late-stage capitalism. Well, maybe not the worst effects of it. I mean, some people are going to die before feeling the worst effects of it, but I think Vance should be in favor of environmental protections. I mean, Trump doesn't have to be because he's going to die before feeling the worst effects of it, but Vance is, if he's not for environmental protections, he's a dumbass. Yes, I will insult the vice president, the one that I'm scared of, because he could take over if anything ever happens to Trump. But, I mean, I don't know what will happen. Like, is Trump going to be kicked out of office? Not necessarily. But is he going to make it to a third term? Not necessarily. I mean, look, guys, he's 79. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to ignore his age. But he's definitely... But of course you're going to be against environmental protections if you're not going to be alive to see the worst of it. To see the worst of your policies go into effect. Like, seriously, fuck you if you're against environmental protections. Like, I know some of the things I'm interested in and some of my hobbies. I know some of them aren't good for the environment, but I'd like if that could change. Like, and stop, Vector. Anyway, I want things to change so my hobbies aren't bad for the environment, but that's not really up to me. It's up to the corporations that are in charge of that technology. And by the way, we should definitely be more ethical with our use of generative technology. Because while I like that technology and use it myself, I do not approve of stealing from people. And I approve of compensating people financially if you do use their content. But obviously, they should consent first. Now, there may be some questionable, it may be questionable that I use this technology after it's already been used to steal things from people, but even if you consider that to be unethical, well, quite frankly, it's hard to keep my hands off technology that's new. And I know people are going to hate hearing this, but if it can help me in the future to support myself, I am all for it. As in, I just want to be capable of making money. And I don't want to do that at anyone's expense or anything, but I'm also not in the best position to argue about what can get me money and how I can make ends meet. Like, I can't just get a normal job and survive. Like, I cannot do that. That's not even helping anyone at the moment. Because late stage capitalism, everyone, let's tax the rich. Tax the rich, America. Why aren't we taxing the rich? Why aren't we taxing the rich? They've got the money. Like, what are the rest of us supposed to do? We can't just stimulate the economy. The rich have the money to do that. They're not doing it. They just want more tax cuts. Why do they want tax cuts? They're not, oh my god. Anyway, back to my rant. I do not like how things have been used to, I don't like the theft that has been used to train things, but it's like, it may not have been ethical. I may be against it. I may be for monetary compensation and improving how it's used so it doesn't damage the environment. But again, it's still not up to me to change the ethics of this shit. It's like, I kind of have to wait until the law puts things into place for... There needs to be regulations for generative AI and all that shit. But I'm not sure when we're going to have those protections in place. We just need regulations. We need all kinds of things to protect creators, but I mean, I'm not in the best position myself. It's just, it may seem like something I should be against because I'm a writer and writers have had a lot of things stolen from them in the training of these models. And really, I just want options. I just want the ability to make money at some point in the future. And I mean, it's just what it is, you know? And sometimes you just have to make ends meet, and sometimes things don't start out well. I'm making myself sound bad. Well, yeah. I like making music. And I like doing things that some people would probably vilify me for. Although I don't think that's quite the hill that people should die on if they're going to say I'm a villain. Like, bro, I didn't train any of these models. And it may be unethical to play around with this kind of shit, but I mean, in the future, I'm hoping there will be better protections in place. As in, I hope there are good protections in place. And it's like, I'm not saying it's a good thing that things were stolen from people. I'm in favor of compensating creators appropriately. I'm also just saying that I would like to not die. I would like to have the ability to support myself independently. I would like to not be anxious about my future. I would like to have options in case my career as a writer goes downhill. Although I don't really think I've got much promise doing anything else. Honestly. I don't think I will be very successful on YouTube. I just don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think I'm going to be very successful on it. I say as though I'm not going to continue making videos on it. I will make all kinds of videos on this platform, but it's still censoring people. And I could still get kicked off if it thinks I'm underage. Which I don't think so far it does. I think it's been long enough. If it was going to flag me as underage, it probably would have already done it. But it's very difficult to consider me as underage when let's see. I drop all kinds of F-bombs. And I watch political content. I comment on political stuff. I also type in ways that people much younger than me don't. Which isn't to say that people that are younger than me can't type well. It's just there's this trend going on that people younger than me just don't type that well. Unfortunately, that's kind of the case in a number. Do you really have to be younger than me to type worse than me? I don't think so. I mean, what if your native language isn't English? Your native language isn't English? You might type worse than me because you don't know English as well. And granted, I'm not going to brag about my English because it's not the best. You may think that because I'm a writer, I think very highly of my ability to speak English. Well, if I thought highly about how I speak English, then I should speak it better. But at least in writing, I do very well for myself as far as typing goes. And granted, I think my spelling has gone down a bit. My vocabulary is more varied. Although you may not agree. You may not agree. Yeah, I know. I've done some shit. And I repeat myself a lot, which is kind of... I'm not proud of that, but it's a thing. Apparently, it's also fairly common with autism. I've got autism. I don't think that should be a surprise to anyone. I've admitted it on other occasions, I would imagine. And no, a vaccine didn't give me autism. Why do people think that vaccines give people autism? Why would anyone believe that? That is just so stupid. I also hate that people act like having autism is the worst thing in the world. No, it's not. I have anhedonia. That is miles worse. I mean, I've got partial anhedonia, but you know what's terrifying about having anhedonia? Since it's a partial variant, I'm not apathetic about what's going on in the country. So, since I'm not apathetic, just imagine how much self-control I only have because of anhedonia. What if I would be raging hardcore without it? What if it's protecting me from raging? What is it protecting me from? I don't want to know. I've done some terrible shit. Wait, what? Okay, I'm not sure what kind of terrible shit I think I've done, but it's really not as bad as I make myself sound at times. I'm mostly just a bitch still, guys. Not really villain material. Look at my high score. My high score is great. I wish it was higher though. But I don't think I'm going to do much better than this. Anyway, guys, that's going to try things up for this video. Let me see. In the next video, I'm going to destroy Vector some more. I need some more cloaks. I need one more. I'm going to come back when I have one more.